Hey there, guys. It's Kage DQT coming at you for some unusual Dragon Quest news today. We are going to be talking about Yuji Naka's arrest in the Dragon Quest Tact scandal. I've looked through a couple of publications, Gamatsu we have open here, in terms of what happened, and they had made an interesting connection here about the situation. Naka, as you know, he's a co-founder of Sonic. He's worked for Aiming, or not Aiming, he's worked for Square Enix. He's had ties with Square in terms of Balan Wonderworld, which apparently was a really bad game, didn't do well, and he had quite a falling out with them over that game. So it's very interesting here. As you can see, Yuji Naka, one of the co-creators of Sonic the Hedgehog series, has been arrested by the Special Investigation Department of the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office in an insider trading scandal involving former employee Square Enix. According to the Special Investigation Department, Naka learned in January 2020 that Square Enix, where he was then an employee, was collaborating with Caravan Stories developer aiming to develop Dragon Quest Tact. So, as you know, Dragon Quest came out, I believe, in September of 2020 for JP and January of 2021 for Global. So he learned this information back all the way in January. Okay. He then allegedly purchased about 10,000 shares of Aiming for approximately 2.8 million yen before the title was announced, suspecting that the company's stock price would rise after the announcement. 2.8 mil. How much is it? I mean, they say it's about 20,000, but let me just double check that. 2.8 million yen to dollars. Okay, it's 19,000. So about, I know you can't see it here. So about $20,000 overall. And then it makes mention here that Taisuke Sasuke, another former Square Enix employee and acquaintance, probably gonna mess this up, for Maki Suzaki, were also arrested yesterday on suspected insider trading. The pair are believed to have purchased about 162,000 shares of Aiming, approximately 47.2 million yen ahead of Dragon Quest Tax announcement. So they purchased way more, and most likely, I'm guessing that these two guys were the main culprits here. They got, Yuji involved in this whole thing, but there was a couple more things I did some digging on. Apparently, the actual purchasing of the stocks was done in September. I think a few days before either the release of the game. Let me look at that too. Because when was Dragon Quest Tact? When did it come out in JP exactly? Let me look here. Oh, no, it came out in July of 2020. So they had made the purchases back around September. So actually, this all correlates to the announcement of, I guess, Global. They made the stock purchases a couple months before Global dropped. So he had known about this project. They waited a good, January. I mean, they waited a good 9 months, bought the stock up, or at least he did. I don't know if all three did or not. They might have. But this guy has had a checkered history with Square. They're actually, now I think about it, September 2020. Isn't that around the time he was actually removed from Balan Wonderland? Like, he was removed from his game. He had gone on record stating he was removed, 6 months prior to the game's launch, which I think was like March of 2021 for Balan Wonderland. And he had cited, Square, basically tanked that game. I mean, when was this investigation originally going on? This is all speculative. Did they remove him from the project because of that? I mean, I can't imagine No, I mean, yeah, I mean the timing, but I mean he's now getting arrested. What, almost 2 years later? 2 years, 2 months later. I mean, yeah, it's nice timing, but ultimately, it's kind of funny that there's people out there who saw this game way before it was even concepted, and they were like, "Hey, let's throw some money into aiming. Let's get them. Let's go into this because it's going to be a great project." I mean, there's people out there who never thought this game would make it to Thanksgiving, and meanwhile, you have people spending, like what, 300,000, 250,000 in stocks, just drop money into this company because they know it's a gold mine. I mean, granted, it's more off of JP. Let's be honest, JP is the bread and butter for this game. Global's there. We get our stuff. It's great and all, but it's just overall hysterical at the end of the day. I mean, this guy's like a modern day Martha Stewart. He went in, he did this trading, but man, he's got quite the relationship with Square. So I mean, this just adds another nail in the coffin. I can't imagine they weren't upset to find out that he was doing this, because they're investigating into this company, and I'm sure Square's cooperating to the fullest with them, and they find out that an ex-employee that's said a bunch of negative things about one of the games he worked on ends up getting in the crosshairs over $20,000. Mind you, it's still a crime nonetheless, sure, but I mean, he's the one getting the headlines here. The other two who definitely did way more. I mean, 4 points, that's a lot more. I don't see them in the headlines for any of this. So, this whole thing just sucks. I mean, he's just had a really bad relationship with Square. This is just not gonna this is not gonna end well for him. I don't know if he's gonna get a lighter sentence or shown any leniency because he only did the 20,000, or if they're gonna throw the book at him. But it seems like Japan's been on a very, very big anti-corruption kick lately, and they're looking to clean house on everybody. I mean, it doesn't matter for 20,000, whatever the case may be. They're going to town on him. And it's funny they mentioned Caravan Stores, because that's the only real game I know of for aiming. Like, that's it. So, anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll go back to some regular content next time. You guys take it easy. Take care.